Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how to use a smart device such as an iPad, an iPhone, an Android tablet, or an Android phone in order to access your assignments through Canvas. So the process is going to be slightly different depending on whether or not you're using an Android or an iOS device, but it's pretty much the exact same thing. So I'm going to show it on my iPad. But when I went through and did it on my Android phone, it was a little bit simpler than this. So, and it was really straightforward and self-explanatory, but it follows pretty similar to this. So the first thing you want to do is open up your web browser. I'm using Safari, but you can use Chrome or the Firefox app, whatever it is that you have. Sometimes the permissions get a little funky for Chrome. Chrome did work from my Android phone, but it was not working from my iPad today, but it has in the past. So anyway, I'm at src.edu. I'm going to go ahead and click into Canvas, and you'll see Principles of Biology, so you'll be able to see all of your classes here. You can go ahead and click on that. And I'm going to scroll down and click on random assignment. So let's pick this one. I know it's an assignment, lesson 3. So any assignment that you have, just go ahead and click on it. And when you open it up, you'll notice that I have posted the DocX, which is a Microsoft Word version of that, as well as the PDF. Now, the way that you do your assignments on your device is going to depend on which apps that you have. So for your SRC account, that is a Google Drive account. If you go to mysrc.edu, so that's your email for your school. It's based on Google stuff. So you'll want Google Drive, and I also have, just to show you, I also have Google Docs. I primarily use Microsoft stuff, so I have all my Microsoft stuff on here as well. And if you prefer to handwrite out things, GoodNotes is a really good app that's available for iOS, but it is not available for Android. So if you have writing apps that you like for the Android, you may be able to do what I'm going to show with GoodNotes. But you will need Drive and you will need Docs if you want to actually be able to type your responses in there and then submit them back to SRC onto the Canvas. So first we'll walk through how to open it up so you can type your document. So you want to go ahead and click on your document, and you'll see up at the top there's this More tab. So if you have an iPad or an iPhone, you'll want to do it this way. Otherwise, it should actually just download if you're using Android, and then you can open it in whatever app that you want after that. Just click on the download button. But for your stuff, you can open this however you want. You could copy it to Word. If you do that, though, then it is not going to actually save into your drive very easily, okay? It's a lot easier if you just use Google stuff. So if you're not sure, you don't see your app that you want here, make sure you click More. Then you can scroll through, make sure everything's turned on that you want to be able to use here. And I'm going to go ahead and just import it with Docs. So the first thing you want to do is actually click Save to Drive. Now this is kind of deceptive on your iDevice because it doesn't actually save a doc version. It saves the Word version into your drive, and you'll see that represented with a W here. Okay, so these W's are Word documents, and when they say W, that actually means that you cannot edit it or do anything with it in Google Docs. So when you open this up, okay, this is actually a Word document. You can't type in here or anything like that. If it does let you type, see, it is letting me type now, it will not save your work. So I've had a lot of students that have actually went through and done their whole entire worksheet this way, and then when they submit it back to me, it's blank. So when you are opening your Word, okay, let me go back. When you have this W here, it's a Word document. When you have the 3 lines, that's a Google Doc. So let's see if I can get this to open here. What you're going to want to do on your iPhone or your iPad is click these 3 little dots over here and hit Share and Export. Save that as a Google Docs file. Okay, so if this is not saved as a Google Doc, it most of the time will not save your responses, and then everything that I get back is going to be blank. Okay, so now what you're going to want to do is just enter your cursor in here, and you can start typing in your answer. Now, I prefer when you do your work that you start on the next line down, okay? So you can tab over and then just start typing your answer in, okay? You can also italicize your answer. So let's italicize our answer, and then you can, that helps it set your answer apart from the original document, okay? And so if you've actually saved everything into your Google Drive, it is really easy to just share that right back to Canvas once you are done. Okay, so this is going to be the easiest way, but the only thing you have to remember to do is that if you are in the Word document, if you don't know if you're in the Word document, always click back and see if this document has the 3 little lines like this, or if it has a W like that. It's going to be the easiest way to tell. Because if you're not in the one that has the 3 little lines, then you're not using the doc. You're using a Word document, and it's not going to save your stuff. So another way that you can do this is to open in GoodNotes. That's an app that I have. Sometimes that bar doesn't want to come back for me. So I'm going to open it in GoodNotes. And you can open the PDF in GoodNotes as well. I actually prefer that you open the PDF because then you have space to write, but let's go ahead and add this in here. And now what this is going to do is actually give you a PDF of it that you can write in. So this is really neat. Again, if you use the PDF rather than the Word, it's better because then you have spaces already in there. But you can click a color and define matter. Anything with mass, ... Okay, so one thing that I want to say though is if you are handwriting your assignments, please make sure that they are clear to read. When you are done with your work, you can actually go into export, and you want to export the whole document, export all pages. You can change the name if you want. I always recommend that you leave the name of the worksheet in here, but then you can go ahead and maybe put your last name or write completed, so you know which one to turn in when you are done. You want to export it as a PDF, okay? And go ahead and hit export. Now it's going to ask you where you want to export it to. And again, this is not an app that you'll find on Android, but you do have similar apps that you can handwrite in for Android. Go ahead and put it in your Google Drive. It'll ask you what folder you want to put it in. Go ahead and put it in Bio 101. I'm not going to do that. I highly recommend that you're going to have a Bio 101 folder, or Bio 105 for my Spoon students. Okay, and then that is going to be in your Drive now. Okay, so if you go back to your Drive app, okay, you'll be able to find that right there. Anything with math. So you can see your work, you can submit that directly to your Canvas. So I highly encourage you to use your Drive for turning in your assignments rather than using Word and things like that, just because it's a little bit more integrated with the Canvas system, as well as with your student email account, which is Google based. If you have any other questions, please let me know. If you really do need an Android video, please let me know. I can film it with my iPad and then use my phone to show you how that works. But it should be pretty straightforward. It's very similar to the iPad, except for then you're going to actually have a download, in which case you can use that download to open it in whatever app that you want.